What is going on, everybody? It's JetsCentral coming back with a pretty intriguing topic, to say the least. Now, I want to present you guys, the Jets fans out there, with a question which I'm sure you've heard before over the past few days with what has been going on right now in the football world, okay? So here's the question. Should the New York Jets make a push to acquire star Oakland Raider outside linebacker slash defensive end Khalil Mack? Okay, now, hearing that come out of my mouth, it sounds absolutely preposterous, okay? Because Khalil Mack is a top 5 player in the National Football League. In fact, you can make the argument that he is the best defensive player in the league, okay? I'd probably push back on that and say it's Aaron Donald and Khalil Mack's right behind him. But in any case, Khalil Mack is a tank. He's great. He is durable. He is a great player. He can get after the passer. He can stop the run. He does so many great things. He hasn't hit his ceiling yet. And right now, there's a little bit of bad blood brewing right now between Mack and the Oakland Raider organization. And of course, Khalil Mack wants more money. He wants what he thinks he deserves. And the Oakland Raiders will only pay him what they think he deserves. Okay, and so they're at odds as of right now. And so it begs the question, what's going to happen with this situation? Will Mack hold out? Will the Raiders trade him? Will Mack show up and just say, screw it, I'll play out this deal and hit the free agency market, somewhat of a similar situation that running back Le'Veon Bell is in with the Pittsburgh Steelers, okay? So I cannot wait to hear your guys' thoughts and comments regarding this question that I present with you guys down below in the comments section, because this is a really, really interesting topic, and it gets me excited thinking about it because Khalil Mack is a fantastic player in the league. So in this video, I want to go over some of the pros and some of the cons of the Jets trying to acquire Mack. Okay, so let's talk about the pros first. Number one, first and foremost, this has to be said. Khalil Mack, the minute I don't want to say he signs, but the minute he would be obtained by the Jets, he'd be the team's best player. Like I said, he's a top 5 player in the league. Top 5 player in the league. He can stop the run. He can do so many different great things. So the minute the Jets get this guy, he would be the best player on the team, and it would not even be close. Let's be real. Khalil Mack is on another level than, frankly, 85% of the league. So he'd be our best player. Number 2, he's durable, okay? I believe he's played in every single game of his NFL career. He hasn't been suspended. He hasn't been hurt. There's no pish posh when it comes to Khalil Mack at all. He comes ready. He never gets in trouble with the law. He's never hurt. He's never injured. He doesn't skip practices. He's not late to meetings. He's not on the BS. Okay, Khalil Mack comes ready to play. He's a captain. He's a leader of the Raiders defense. Okay, Mack. I mean, this guy, people sleep on Khalil Mack. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's out in Oakland. Yeah, the organization doesn't have a lot of money. They're moving soon. The Raiders defense hasn't been that good numbers-wise in recent years. So Khalil Mack gets slept on. I don't think he gets the respect that he deserves. Now, amongst his peers, of course he does, in like the NFL top 100 lists and stuff like that. But as far as the fans go, as far as as of right now, the Raiders, I feel like the Raiders organization is kind of devaluing Khalil Mack. But frankly, who knows? Maybe they just don't have the money to spend right now on Khalil. And their argument is fair. They can sit there and say, you signed the rookie deal. Yes, you are a beast. Yes, we want to keep you. But let's kind of let's just do each other a favor, play out the rookie deal, and then we got you. But Khalil Mack is kind of on or has the mindset of, I'm a great player. I deserve more money than what I'm going to be, what I'm being paying currently. So going back to the pros list, he's durable and he'd be our best player right from the jump. Okay, another incredible thing that acquiring Khalil Mack would do for the New York Jets, it would give the Jets a huge boost at the position that we lack the most. Outside linebacker / defensive end, somebody who can get after the passer consistently. Okay, look at the numbers. I'm not a big numbers guy, but look at the numbers. Look at the numbers that Mack has put up over the past 3 seasons. I believe 15 sacks, 11 sacks, and then 10.5 sacks. I believe those are his sack totals for the last 3 seasons. Okay, so this guy has shown consistently that he can get after the passer. And remember, he's being double teamed. He's being game planned for. The Oakland Raiders don't have that other bookend pass rusher. They opposing offenses, they try to take Khalil Mack out of the game plan. He's that good. So when you look at those numbers, when you take everything into consideration, Khalil Mack, he's, I keep alluding to it, but he's a top 5 player in the league. Everything points to it. He's kind of like J.J. Watt in the sense that offenses do everything they can to neutralize him, but yet he still makes an impact. Same can be said with Darrelle Revis. People that push back on the Revis argument say, oh, well, he doesn't have a lot of interceptions. Well, yeah, because he takes away half the field. Quarterbacks are afraid to throw to him. Well, they, of course, were. Obviously not talking about the end of his career with the Chiefs and Jets and whatnot. But anyway, I digress. Khalil Mack would be an instant upgrade at a position that the Jets lack, that have frankly lacked for the past 5 to 8 seasons. That dominant edge rusher. Okay, I mean, it gets me pumped up thinking about it. I mean, yeah, the Jets have had good corners. We've had good safeties. We've had good run-stuffing defensive line play. Damon Harrison, Muhammad Wilkerson, Sheldon Richardson, okay? But we've lacked that edge rusher. We haven't had a guy on this roster like Vic Beasley, like Von Miller, like Ziggy Ansah, who's actually a free agent, by the way, next offseason. So he could be in play for the Jets. But anyway, Khalil Mack, there's so many pros to go around, okay? Like I said, he's durable, this and that. I've already went over, a few of the main points. But I feel like one of the big points in this whole thing, what would be a huge selling point for the Jets to try to acquire this guy, is Khalil Mack he hasn't hit his full potential yet. He hasn't reached his ceiling. So there's still room for Khalil Mack to get better. He's not 34 years old. He's not 33 years old. He's still young enough to where this guy can still wreck this league. He can be the best player easy. I mean, look at Julio Jones. He started, of course, 2 different positions here, but he started his NFL playing career as a really good wide receiver. But now, this late into his career, you can sit there and say Julio Jones is now the best receiver in the National Football League. So what I'm saying is Khalil Mack has so much room to grow still. So those reasons alone, I feel like it's really, really, really tempting for the Jets to go out and try to make a push for him, okay? But of course, with any move, draft pick, trade, signing, hire, fire, whatever, there's cons. There's cons. That's why I love the NFL. There's always an upside and there's always a downside. You have to weigh each side. Which weighs more? Which direction should this franchise go in? Okay, so some of the cons that I need to bring up are these. Number one, if we trade for him, we'd have to give up a valuable asset or assets. Probably high draft picks. Maybe a player and a draft pick. Maybe 2 high draft picks, okay? And looking at the current state of affairs that the Jets organization is in as far as the draft goes, we don't have a second-round pick next year. We don't. So if it takes a first-round pick to acquire a guy like Khalil Mack, we'd have to be comfortable going into next offseason or the 2019 draft without a first-round pick and without a second-round pick. That's a pretty big price to pay. Now, you can argue and say, yeah, but is our first-round pick going to be as good as Khalil Mack? Probably not. Whether we wind up with the first pick or not. The chance of, say, whatever, Ed Oliver, Greg Little, Nick Bosa, whoever it is, the chance of him being as good as Khalil Mack is probably not. What I'm saying is that prospect won't be as good as Khalil Mack. So you can make that argument, okay? But that's just one of the cons, okay? You have to give up something really, really valuable to get this guy. Con number 2, you'd have to invest a lot of money in Khalil Mack. We're not trading for this guy and then just going to let him hit the free agency market. It's really rare you see that in the NFL. I mean, one of the rarest incidents we saw it actually happened last year, was Sammy Watkins, wide receiver, traded from the Bills to the Rams. And every fan, coach, whatever, thought that he would just re-sign. He wants to stay in LA. It's a more dynamic offense. Sean McVay's going to let this guy go out there, really work and be the X wide receiver. But Sammy Watkins, a deal doesn't get done. He silently hits the free agency market, and he signs a huge contract with the Kansas City Chiefs. So if the New York Jets want to go out there and try to acquire Khalil Mack, yeah, we have to give up a lot to go get him. And then number 2, we'd have to make it priority number 1 to sign this guy to a mega deal, to make sure this guy is happy. Hey, maybe that'll make him play better. I don't know. Like when a franchise wraps its arms around a player, you see that all the time with Jarvis Landry and the Cleveland Browns. He's loving every second that he's being in the or practicing and stuff. He just loves being a Brown. Why? Because the Dolphins said, see you later, we're going to ship you out. And the Browns said, yo, we want you. We think you're a beast. You're going to be the vocal point of the offense. So, there are a few cons. There are a few pros. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section where you fall on this argument. Should we or should we not try to acquire Khalil Mack, okay? And of course, I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it and what I think we should do. I think we should try to make a push to acquire Khalil Mack. I love Mack. He actually grew up kind of in my neck of the woods in Florida. But Khalil Mack is a beast. I don't want to sit here and repeat myself and ramble on here, but like I said, the minute the Jets acquire this guy, he's our best player. He fills a position of need. He is still young. He is durable. He doesn't have any off-the-field issues. He doesn't get hurt. There's so much to like about Khalil Mack. There's so much. He's versatile. He could rush the passer. He could stop the run. He could play outside linebacker. You can even, I doubt they would do this, but you can even play him at inside linebacker, something he did at the University of Buffalo. Okay, so I like Khalil Mack. Apologize. I like Khalil Mack a lot. I really do, and I really, really would love if the New York Jets put in an offer or tried to acquire Mack. So I'll leave it there. Let me know down in the comments section, and as always, thanks for sticking around. Go Jets.